Hello everyone and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're all having an amazing week. Currently it is Wednesday and let's get right to the charts. As you can see, Bitcoin is right now bouncing from the weekly open and the Monday low after rejecting from our very important level right here, basically the local highs that we have made back in December 2025. You can see right here we did reject a very near to those highs, basically right at the almost the weekly R3. You can see our RSI momentum indicator got a very overbought. You can see right here it started flashing in the green, which usually signifies in a bearish downtrend like this one that we have right now, that we are almost certainly going to get a pullback, which we are getting right now. Some of the altcoins are also getting a pullback. You can see Solana rejecting from this macro POC level where we have rejected multiple times before. It also rejected from this local high that we have right here, this order block that I have drawn. You can see the price did respect it perfectly. Same thing with the RSI momentum indicator, it got very overbought and right now it is cooling off, which is completely normal. Hype is also cooling off basically from this local high that we have right here, which we made back in December 17th. We might go and revisit the monthly open, the yearly and potentially the weekly pivot. You can see SUI also dropping down after hitting $2. XRP is also rejecting. We did hit $2.41. We're getting right now a strong pullback, as you can see, around 8%. Solana is also right now down around 5%. Hype is also down around 6%, as you can see from the high that we made yesterday. And of course Bitcoin, you can see right here on the macro chart, we are still keeping basically in this range. We are currently above the range highs, but as you can see we did reject from the 618 macro Fibonacci golden pocket, and we are right now just bouncing from the value area high of the range. It was acting as resistance and right now it is acting as support. The monthly pivot might get tested, as I said. You can see on the daily time frame we did also get that overbought RSI momentum indicator. The dollar is also pushing higher, which also, as you know, once the dollar shows strength, then Bitcoin will also show some weakness, which is exactly what is happening right now. The stock market, however, we had the S&P 500 made new all-time highs. You can see we pushed yesterday almost at 6,700. This is basically historical all-time high. You can see on the weekly time frame the stock market just looks ready for a breakout or for a potential continuation higher like we did right in the past, basically slow grinding to the upside. It is very, very possible that this keeps repeating potentially until like the end of the first quarter of the year. But you can see right here Bitcoin is still in this range, even though the stock market is at its all-time highs. And imagine what will happen if the stock market gets a corrective move, maybe like 6 or 10% down towards the yearly pivot, or potentially towards down the monthly. You can see this would take us down around 1.5%. On the weekly time frame, of course, those are the yearly pivots. These levels would be hard to reach. And something very interesting is that the new yearly pivot is sitting exactly where the old all-time high was back in February 2025. And ever since then, this high has not been revisited. So it is very, very possible that price goes down and revisits these levels. But that's enough of the stock market for now. As you know, things move pretty slow there. Bitcoin is also moving slow right now. As you can see, we are currently getting reclaimed back into the range. Let's look at the liquidation heat map. You can see we do have a lot of liquidity left on the downside during this move, as you know. So basically 88 to 89k would be very possible targets for Bitcoin. If you look at the open interest and volume, you can see we do have some nice volume, but we do have our CVT going down and open interest is going up. So this suggests that we do have some short positions opening up right here, which are pushing the price down. Fear and greed index still remaining in that neutral zone. As you can see, we are at 49 right now, and we do have more sellers, as you can see, in the market, and funding rates still remaining positive. And we did have our JOLTS and PMI today. This is basically good for Bitcoin, that the actual are less than the forecast. So we will see what will happen by the end of the month. I do still think that potentially Bitcoin will close January in the green. So we might get a retest of the weekly pivot before flipping bullish. And as you can see, some of the altcoins, they will also go down to retest this level, since they did not test it. For example, Hype did, but Sui did not. XRP still hasn't tested its level. So it is very possible that we get a test of those levels before we go further up and close the month in the green. Of course, if you look at the monthly time frame, it is also very possible that we start seeing, let me just go on a cleaner chart, that we don't actually close the month in the green, but we drop further down. As you can see, basically we might sweep these lows with this monthly candle. It is also a possible scenario, since we are still in this downtrend. But in my opinion, we are at least going to get a test of the yearly pivot around 96.3k. So this is coming in the next couple of weeks. I do think that we are going to reach this level before actually going further down. And I think this covers it for today, guys. I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.